And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely Brutal OST as we have returned with the grand finals of ESL Open Cup Asia number 216. We had a stacked bracket, but we are down to two remaining players, two high caliber players here, some of the best that Korea, that the world has to offer. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Alkyone, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing Dragon Kaizi Gaming. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing his new team Cloud9. It is GuMiho. And the reason why I stumbled a little bit there is because I just posted the predictions. Predictions in the chat are open. Place your bets on how you believe this series will unfold. Who will be this week's champion? Will it be the Terran or the Protoss? Will it be herO? Or will it be GuMiho? It is up to you to decide. herO coming in as arguably the best Protoss in the entire world. He popped off at IEM. Even in the lead up to IEM at Masters Coliseum, herO was looking like a beast. I would say and go as far as to say that herO has the best PvZ in the world and is most likely the most well-rounded player. But what about his PvT? What about his Protoss versus Terran? What about his Protoss versus GuMiho? Because GuMiho is not a standard player whatsoever. GuMiho is terrifying in his own right. Earlier today, we casted herO versus Bunny. And herO, he had his way with Bunny. It was not close. herO, he just dominated Bunny in the early game and just never. That was a best of 3 that lasted like 10 minutes. It was a very fast series, and herO just went to town. But again, GuMiho is a little more unorthodox, and even here, double gas opener out of GuMiho, going into a faster factory. A much more aggressive start from our Terran. Meanwhile, herO, he mines through the mineral patches, scouts with his probe, and he will be going for a proxy of his own. Very interesting. Looking like a proxy Stargate setup, we will see. Or maybe just hiding the probe to come back in for another scout. Reaper gets across the map. There it is. Twilight Council is our tech of choice. We're going for a Twilight Council opener. It looks like herO, he's just hiding from the Reaper. Reaper has been revealed. Now we can go back in and we can get a follow-up scout into the main base. It is going to be a 1-1-1 CC on the low ground, and herO, he will confirm everything as the probe was able to escape. The probe was able to successfully hide. Does get eyes on the CC on the low ground. That is all he does have to confirm. Will tase away at that SCV. Behind this, the question becomes how many gateways, right? herO, he's going for a Twilight Council opener. It's a very robust, very flexible kind of build from herO. We can go into 2-gate blink into a third. We can go 3-gate blink or even 4-gate blink as well. herO has options. Now, because we're on a larger map, because we're on Alkyone, I would not be opposed to going for a faster third just to get into a more economic 3-base setup, just because this map is so large, but we'll see what herO wants. For now, it is 2 gateways, but there it is. We throw down a 3rd gateway alongside it. And do we throw down a 4th? It's going to be 3-gate blink here, a much safer opener. Because of this, the 3rd Nexus is going to be later. It's going to be delayed, but it does mean we have more Stalkers to work with. It also means that we can counterattack. Now, we should still be expanding, we should still go to 3rd, but we could be even safer than this and go for a faster Bay and faster Colossus production before the 3rd as well. Depends on how safe or how economic herO wants to be. Behind this, we do have a tank production underway for GuMiho. Is moving out across the map with his mine drop. We have the Reaper on the left-hand side with the Wind Mine into the main. Reaper gets shut down instantly, and the mine drop heads towards that main base, does boost in. 2 Widow Mines in total, but herO, he has eyes on this. He does respond. It does focus on the first Widow Mine. Just in time. Not a single shot does go off yet. Ooh, and the medevac is under fire. No! Medevac is 1 shot away from going down. The blink is done, and we shut down the drop without sustaining any losses. No lost mining time, no dead probes, no dead nothing. Very good defense here. Very solid cleanup by herO. He is on fire today. Remember earlier we spoke about how dominant he looked against Bunny, and now here looking strong against GuMiho. He scouted his opponents, he shut down the drop, he's going for a big counterattack, bearing in mind behind this it is 3 gateways, so we do have a presence on the map. Prism is on the way as well. herO didn't go for the Bay, but the bunkers aren't done. The bunkers aren't finished! Without them, Marines are going down left and right. Where are the tanks? We focus down the medevac. We focus down the Cyclone as well. Very good trades here from herO. Shaving off 6 Marines and a Cyclone and 2 medevacs. And he hasn't lost a single Stalker. He tanks the tank shot, dives in, gets a tank as well. Gets one, but there's a second. Boys are being pulled. GuMiho in a lot of trouble. Has to pull the SCVs, and so many SCVs are going to be going down. herO, he does blink away. Saves his Stalkers. Still has high ground vision as well. Oh my god, gets 9 more worker kills. He's lost 2 Stalkers in total. These are worthwhile trades for herO. Now, we do have another tank about to pop out. GuMiho should be able to survive, but herO is taking a third base behind this. He expands, he takes his third. Again, his third is a little bit later. He takes out another tank. No shot, it was unsieged. It gets caught out. A big pick off there by herO. He maintains map control. GuMiho is struggling to hold on, struggling to survive. He's surviving, but he's not really living. And again, herO, he has map control. He is free to take up from here. Going into charge, forge, third base. No Bay, no Colossus. Oh, but we do have a Liberator coming in to harass. Stalker getting some damage done across the map. We get 3 probe kills. Almost 4. Good damage with that Lib. But herO, he does some good counter damage. Getting 3 SCVs. Going for the CC. Shouldn't get the base, but he will get the tank. 1 tank for 1. Now 2 Stalkers. 3 Stalkers. A bit of an expensive tank, but again, what's important here is that because the tank count is being reset, because we're killing so many tanks, it means that GuMiho's counterattack is weaker. It means that he has less to counterattack with, less to push out with. It means that herO becomes that much more safer. Meanwhile, Liberator does a nice mining in the main base, but it is cleaned up. herO, he's up 20 workers. He gets eyes on the drop as well, and oh my god, it barely does survive. Whew. 1 more shot, that would have been it. Trading with these Marines. Stim is done. herO blinking the hell out of there. GuMiho collapsing on this army. Will clean this up, but reinforcements are on the way. You have some force fields. GuMiho building up towards 2 tanks. Still no third CC. This may just be a 2-base all-in. GuMiho, because of all these losses, it may just be too much to come back from. He's not pulling the boys, but he is still quite committed with this push. 2 tanks with the army. Handful of Marines. As he moves out, herO's moving in. And do we have anything to defend? No. The answer is no. No bunkers, 1 tank. The boys are being pulled into charge lots. Not like this. SCV is going to be going down. GuMiho will lose every single worker here at the natural. At the same time, across the map, he will commit into the natural base. And we do have a recall. GG gets called, and herO takes game number 1. GG. Again, herO in full control of that game. Almost from the, I would say from the beginning, actually. Able to get the scout off, able to punish the medevac drop as well without sustaining any damage. Very impressive play there out of herO. Very clean micro with his Stalkers. And that was impressive. That was scary, what we just saw from herO. And hopefully the morale of GuMiho hasn't been touched too much. Hopefully he can recover physically, mentally, and make a series out of this. That was only game 1. We're now getting into game number 2. And game 2 is going to be on Hardlet. Ooh, Hardlet, a much smaller map. Now, this is a double-edged sword. Because the map is smaller, it does lead to more aggression. It does favor, for example, a tank-based push, like early tank aggression from the side of GuMiho, or early aggression in general. So the Terran player can be more aggressive. Likewise, so can the Protoss. And as we saw, herO, he thrives in aggression. You know, he thrives in a chaotic game stage. That's what he wants. That's what he does love. Bit of banter going on in the chat. I don't know what they're saying. No. herO and GuMiho exchanging words. Oh, GuMiho, he said, oh, your blinks are too good. He said, you're blinking too fast. And herO's laughing. I mean, again, the blinks were insane from herO. Just really good at blink Stalker control. As to be expected from herO, that's what he's known for. And we're getting into game 2. But even GuMiho acknowledges. Even he acknowledges herO there. And we're getting into game number 2 of this best of 5 grand finals. And we'll see if we can bounce back, because spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Hardlead, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing CranKy Gaming, leading the series of 1-0. But it's a best of 5, plenty more games to come. Can he extend his lead? Or will he be tied up? Will he be forced into a tied-up series? It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Cloud9, down in this series, but he can tie things up. He can fight back. Let's see if he will. It is GuMiho. In game 1, it was a double gas opener. It was a double gas opener into a faster factory, into that mine drop, which was unsuccessful, unfortunately. Once again, 2 gases have been taken here by GuMiho. He's going for a faster factory in the main base, is going for a delayed CC. This could lead into another mine drop. It could lead into a cyclone drop, which is not unheard of in this matchup. We can head towards some other form of tech as well. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on GuMiho. There is even, we could even go for a reactor at Hellions. We can go Reaper Hellion, go up to like 5 Reapers, 3 Hellions, or 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions, and go across the map and try to rush into a mineral line. GuMiho has a couple of openers available to him. We'll see what he does commit to. For now, herO just going to be walling off that Reaper cliff with his initial buildings, going for a gateway into Cybercore, into an expansion, standard opener out of herO. Meanwhile, GuMiho, that factory is indeed on the way. Now, it is a little bit further back for an add-on swap, but I believe that is typically so we can hide the building from a probe scout, just to make things a little bit more difficult to get to read, to get an eye on. We have seen players like GuMiho still add-on swap despite this, if we did have a reactor on that Rax. But no, that is going to be Reaper into a second Reaper. This looks like maybe into a third Reaper into Hellion production, which is what we spoke about. Like, Reaper Hellion is a little bit old school, but does have its place here in the meta. Whereas the probe is hunted down. This time herO unable to escape. He did confirm, wasn't able to see anything actually. So herO's in the dark, not quite aware of what's going on. There it is, the Hellion Reaper production is continuing. And the goal of this opener here, depending on how many Hellions and Reapers we make, is to scout across the map and deal economic damage. Okay, we're cutting at 2. So it's only going to be 2 Reapers and 1 Hellion. We could go up to like 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions, or like go even further than that. But again, it's going to be a light commitment here to this aggression, as GuMiho is looking for some probe kills. Meanwhile, Reapers have been spotted. herO now aware of what's been going on. So far, good target firing on that first Reaper. Ooh, doesn't quite get it, but does zone back the army. There was a safety shield battery here at the low ground, and herO, who was very proactive, he does force back the army. GuMiho doesn't get a scout off. He hasn't seen anything. Doesn't know if it's a Stargate, a Twilight Council, or a Robo. We can see it's a Twilight Council blink opener. Gateways are being thrown down. Once again, 3 gateways here from herO. 1 gateway in the main, 2 gateways here on the low ground. So 3 gate blink, same opener as game 1. Behind this, GuMiho is getting into his mine drop. Now, it's going to be 2 wind mines once again. Looks like a mine shot went off here on a hallucination. We're going for the drop. herO, what did we see? We got to see the 111 and the mines, of course. So he knows the mine drop is coming. He does know. Now, we can come together with this. The mine drop ideally drags away the attention of these stalkers, like so, and then the Hellion and Reaper can dive into the natural. herO, he has to split up his forces. That's going to be a kill on the sentry. He has to keep 1 stalker here at the natural. Warping in another. Drop is coming in. And remember, these Reapers, they can use their KDA charge to knock that stalker up. Knock it up and knock it out of the way. Mine shot goes off, 2 probes go down. Good connection there from GuMiho. A much better start for GuMiho than game 1. Remember, in game 1, he didn't kill anything. His mine drop just fell on its face. This time, we kill probes, we deny mining time, and we threaten the main base with another mine drop. Well, meanwhile, herO, this is what I assumed he would do in game 1, if you remember. I was referring to how if we go for 3-gate blink, and if we delay the 3rd, we could delay the 3rd even further with Colossus production. And there it is. We have a bay first, then into a 3rd base. As there it is, 3rd base is being taken. You can see that herO, he is skipping warp ins. Despite the 3-gate opener, he isn't being aggressive across the map, he isn't being assertive, he's staying back at home. A big reason for this is because of the Widowmine. The Widowmine is forcing Supply to stay at home, so herO can't be as aggressive as he would have liked to have been. Liberator going to be threatening that natural as well. herO is now moving out with his Stalkers, but he has kept some units back at home to defend. Yeah, Observer does confirm that drop. As the Stalkers move out, now would be a good time for the Liberator. There it is! Lib goes towards the natural. Does siege up. herO not in position, is going to be losing quite a bit of mining time and a probe. At the same time, drop comes in. Big connection. Oh my god, we take down 10 probes and the Observer. Ay, ay, ay. The Observer was trying to chase that medevac. And GuMiho, he pulls apart the attention of herO. 1 second is all it takes. 1 lapse in judgment. 1 lapse in attention. And just like that, herO takes a big blow to his economy. His third base was already delayed. He's down 10 workers. GuMiho looking far stronger here in game 2. Let's go. Let us go. Third CC is on the way. It's not going to be a 2-base all-in. Not going to be an all-in from GuMiho. As he is amassing his army. Moving out with his tanks. Moving out with his marines. Or soon to move out. He may only move out just to establish his third. As the tanks are rolling on forward here. Take down the Stalker. herO is now aware of the push. He does have some Colossi out already. He has 2 Colossus to defend, which is a pretty hefty amount, to be honest. That's a pretty solid Colossus count. Sentries for force fields. I believe he has the tools to defend, but what about the execution? As GuMiho is pushing. Can herO slow this down? Does force a siege. Third tank has arrived. A very committed push here by GuMiho. Yeah, tanks are sieging. herO has to respect that he has to back off, and GuMiho is edging ever closer towards the third base. Yeah, 3 tanks are set up. The force fields. Sentry, they lead the charge. The tanks are exposed. Oh my god, as GuMiho, he abandons the tanks. He goes for a doom drop into the main. That was not worth it. Every tank goes down. GuMiho going for a very risky maneuver, and that was just poorly timed. Does catch a Colossus though. Yeah, he will get a free Colossus. So he does get something for his troubles. But 1 Colossus was not worth 3 tanks. Ay, ay, ay. Widowmines are going to be going down before they can get their shots off. Reinforcements have arrived. We dive on top of the army. We dive on top of the medevacs. GuMiho losing a lot of momentum here. Losing 3 tanks. We dive on the army. Yeah, GG gets called. That was just too much of a blunder, and herO snowballs out of control. herO takes game number 2. GG. That was so unfortunate. Honestly, that push was looking good. That push was looking terrifying from GuMiho, which is why I'm sure he thought, there's no shot that herO dives on me, right? There's no shot that herO pushes into these tanks. So GuMiho went for a risky move. He loaded up all of his bio. All of his bio. Went for a drop into the main, and his tanks were left alone. His tanks, they died instantly. We recalled into the main base, and GuMiho lost his entire army. Lost his entire army because he pulled himself apart. GuMiho, he split up his own army into 2 halves. And again, 2 halves are easier to deal with one at a time when it comes to the entirety as a whole. And yeah, GuMiho and herO, they're talking about it. No. Not like this. herO says he got lucky. I think GuMiho's like, how did you know? How did you know? And herO's saying, oh, I just got lucky, papi. I just got lucky. Smooch. But I love that they're both very talkative. Oh, GuMiho is asking how many workers did you have left? And herO's like, I didn't take a photo. How many probes I had? I don't know. And with that, we're now getting ready for game number 3. We're getting ready for game number 3 here, and herO is 1 game away from taking this entire series. For becoming this week's ESL Open Cup Asia champion, I'm hoping we can get a back and forth. I'm hoping we can get a game 4 and a game 5, go all the way to the ace match. But the pressure is now on GuMiho. Ooh. Let's go. Pressure is now on. And there it is, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Hecate. We have our South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing CranKy Z Gaming. 1 game away from becoming this week's ESL Open Cup Asia champion. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player. He didn't have a bad start. He had a pretty good start to that last game. He killed 10 workers. He was up in economy. He had momentum. But it slipped through his fingers. Game 2 has slipped through his fingers. Can we bounce back here? Can we keep things going? I want to believe. We have representing Cloud9, GuMiho. I see this. I wish I could be lucky like that. Like the dive that herO went for those tanks was almost like a patience level dive, right? Where, like, given that same scenario, given the same game, the same like game state, put patience in the shoes of herO. He blinks in. But GuMiho, in this world, he didn't pick up his drop, and Patience just blinks into tanks, blinks into bio, and loses his entire Stalker army. Like, 100% I can see that happening. 100% I can see, like, Assault Patience blink happening where he blinks forward, and then he just loses everything. But because it's not Patience, because it's herO, he blinks forward, and the bio army's gone. It's only tanks. Okay. Cleans it up, and does take game 2. And with that, we're now here in game number 3. Una mas is all that herO needs. Gonna be Gate Cyber Expand, standard opener out of herO. GuMiho once again going for a double gas opener. Now, we've seen different variations so far. Last game, GuMiho, he committed to additional Reapers, and it looks like he's doing the same. It looks like, once again, double Reaper Hellion opener from GuMiho. The purpose here is to get some scouting information and to maybe even get some economic damage done. This probe, though, from herO is looking a little bit suspect. Where are we going? What is our plan? What are we doing here? We'll keep an eye on that probe. We'll see what our plan is. Oh, it is going to be a Twilight Council opener. Proxy Dark Shrine? Are we setting up for a proxy? We're just going in for a late scout. Let's find out. Reaper does reveal itself. Okay, late scout here from herO. Or delayed scout. So basically, he hides the probe. He waits for the Reaper to reveal itself. Knows where it is, which means it is safe to go in, but we went for a second Reaper. We were waiting for the probe, and we will shut it down. We throw down the pylon. We get eyes on the building CC, but not much else. Oh, can we get eyes on the first unit? Oh, we do not. The Cyclone intentionally pulled back. It does not reveal itself to the pylon. herO has very limited scouting information. Very limited scouting there. And with that, we're going to be settling into a 1-1-1 into another mine drop. So GuMiho going for another mine drop setup. Reapers heading towards a natural. As we see GuMiho rotating around, looking for a way in, trying to get some kind of scouting information. He hasn't seen the tech yet, but by diving into the main, he will get eyes onto the Twilight Council. So he knows. He knows about the Blink Stalker opener. Oh, the look! Let's go, herO! He warps in on the low ground. He looks in at the Reapers. He shuts them down. Question marks here by GuMiho. Oh my god, that was crazy. herO, the ... styling on GuMiho. Ay. The trap was real. What are they? I need to know. What are they saying, Papi? What are they saying? Am I too late? herO, calm down. Shout out to Maddox for translating herO saying, I can't believe that was possible. And GuMiho, how is that possible? Oh my god. Mine is going to be denied. As is killed here at the natural base. It looks like, hold up. Yeah, it looks like the Widow Mines, yeah, they are shut down. The mine drop does nothing. I love that herO didn't even know that would work. He just tried. He just like freestyled all over GuMiho, and oh my god, that was crazy. And now herO, he has map control moving out across. Now the mine drop has done nothing. There is a tank on the high ground, so we can defend. But herO may opt to just rotate around. Yeah, he goes to the mineral line. He avoids the tank. He avoids the bunker. Gets behind the main base. 3 SCVs going to be going down. 4 SCVs. There's a Cyclone. We can punish this. herO will retreat. But looking at the build of choice, again, it was a 3-gate opener from herO. Once again, 3-gate blink. He's gone for the same opener every game, but different variations behind it. Has gone for different variations. This time, no fast pay. This time is going for Storm. Going for a Templar Archives. Okay. There it is. We're rushing into Storm. It is being chronoed as we speak. herO warping in a couple of High Templar already. Banking up Storms here. Banking up energy. Ready to storm that mineral line. Oh boy. He's wild. Third base is being taken. herO backing off. He's happy with the damage he's dealt. As we are ready to go in. Meanwhile, here, GuMiho just going to be chilling here. Just going to be building up on his 2 bases. Scans, does get eyes on the observer. He will shut it down. herO barely saw the production. Saw the 3-1-1 setup. But we're waiting for the Storm. Storm finishing up in 10 seconds. Oh god, herO. Storm is almost done. And it has completed. herO now has access here to a Storm drop into that natural base, into the mineral line. And how quickly can GuMiho react? He's moving out. He is spotted. The Adept does confirm. The drop is coming in. herO going for the natural base. Storms are thrown down. Ooh, getting 4 SCVs. Could have been a lot worse. 4 workers do go down. GuMiho is pushing. Now, GuMiho knows something. There's no Storm to defend. The High Templar, they just spent their Storms harassing. 4 workers, that's okay. But can we survive the push? GuMiho is committed here. Can he kill herO with this attack? Scans the ramp, sees that there is a safety immortal. Raven gets picked up, gets an anti-armor missile, but that was a big loss for GuMiho. Tanks are sieged. Storm's being thrown down. herO has to back off. But again, did end up spending his 2 Storms. A little bit trigger happy there by herO. Oh, we killed the Ursidon. GuMiho, he's an animal. How could you? Ursidon goes down. herO, he has the high ground though. This is the power of Hecate. Hecate, this is a very narrow choke point. Pushing up this ramp into Storm is so difficult. It's brutal. Almost impossible. GuMiho, he cannot push up this ramp. herO, he has the high ground advantage here. He has no High Templar though. He has no Storm. But GuMiho doesn't know. Does him on forward. Towards that army. The Bay is on the way. Now, with this Archon drop, he can end up baiting a tank shot. A tank volley from all 3 tanks. That is something that we have to bear in mind. And if herO goes for that, then he can collapse on the army. 2 High Templar on the way. I love the movement here by herO. He's basically like faking out a Storm drop. He doesn't have a Storm available. Now he does. Well, now he has High Templar. Zealous from behind. herO setting up a surround. GuMiho getting a starbase on location. And we do collapse on the army. Tank shot's gonna be going off. Storms here on the Marines. A big Storm towards the end. We clean up the tanks. And herO, he annihilates this army. Forces it back. Every tank has gone down, but we cannot push over this bridge. Yeah, the choke point is too narrow. herO has to back off. Once again, really narrow choke points here on Hecate. You cannot move past them. GuMiho will hold. herO going for a Zealot drop towards the 3rd. SCV is going to be going down. We got 2 SCVs. Dropping into the main. Just going to be forcing GuMiho all the way back home, and that means that herO, he's gotten past the bridge. He's gotten past that choke point, past halfway mark. Moving on forward towards the natural. And what do we have to defend? No tanks. We do have a handful of Widow Mines. We do have Ghosts for EMPs. EMP is going to be so important here. He's going to be so important as herO is taking a 4th base and getting further ahead in the economy. Going to be getting further ahead, and the game is going to settle from here. We're calming things down. Whew. The aggression from herO and GuMiho have subsided. They have ended. And now we can settle into the mid game, where herO has a pretty big lead. Look at the worker counts. Look at the supply. As herO, he's on 74 probes. He's up on bases. He has a 4th. GuMiho just now getting his own 3rd up and running. Tech-wise, I do like the tech of GuMiho, where he's making 3 ghosts at a time. EMPs are so important here for GuMiho. But EMPs alone, not what we need. We need something in the air. Vikings and Libs. Vikings and Libs are still on the horizon, making 2 Vikings at a time. That will help against a Colossus. Liberators will be even better. But GuMiho is still working in that direction. Meanwhile, herO, he's already there in a sense. We're only making 1 Colossus at a time, but we're already at 3 Colossus, or about to be 3. 2nd Robo is up and running. From here, we can head into Disruptor production, as we have hit critical mass of Colossus, with that 3rd Colossus coming out. The plus side of Disruptors as well is that, yes, we have 2 forms of splash damage. We have Colossus and Storm. But with EMPs, Storm isn't as reliable. Like, the High Templar, they are prone to being EMP'd by GuMiho. Disruptors, because they're not energy-based, they don't care about your EMPs. Like, Novas, they will connect nonetheless, or at least zone back the army. So typically that's why High Templar are zoned out or phased out, and Disruptors are phased in. Oh, as we do throw down a massive wall of stack defense, cannons, shield batteries. This means one thing and one thing only, by the way. If we wall up, we skip Disruptors. What do we have? Sky Toss, double Stargate, triple Stargate on the way. Fleet Beacon, +1 air attack. herO. I mean, this is a good call. He's on 4 bases. He's soon on a 5 base setup. May as well max out on Sky Toss. Go for the late game. Go for the ideal Protoss composition in this matchup. herO taking his lead and using it to tech up into Sky Toss. Now, we'll see if we can get away with it. Again, now there is a window. There's a period of time here where herO is exposed, where he has High Templar, where he doesn't have Disruptors, where he is vulnerable, and GuMiho could kill herO before he can hit critical mass of Sky Toss. There it is. Fleet Beacon is on the way. But GuMiho needs to make use of it at the same time. A Storm Drop here across the map. We got 6 SCVs. Feedbacking those medevacs. Prism goes down, so does High Templar. An expensive drop there by herO. But again, because of his economic lead, he had the resources to spend on these walls, on these cannons and shield batteries. So herO's looking pretty safe. I mentioned how there's like a window where he's vulnerable, but it's still going to be so difficult to break the defenses of herO and kill him before he can get into his final form. GuMiho's working on it. Still making more Vikings. We have a Fusion Core on the way. The Fusion Core is for Liberators, but GuMiho doesn't know. If he knew about this, if he knew about the tech, if he knew about the transition, then GuMiho would be in his face. GuMiho would be more aggressive, 100%. Right now, he's taking his time, getting ready for an anti-ground army with Libs, which isn't as important right now. The Vikings are, though, to be fair. Like, because he's massing Vikings, there it is! He scans the main base, he sees the carrier production, he knows what's going on, and we gotta go. Turrets are being thrown down. The Viking production, again, is helping, not just against Colossus, but also against would-be carriers. Yeah, we're walling up here with these turrets. We should throw down more CCs, and there it is. We have 2 orbitals on the way, and 2 more CCs in production. Let me see. There it is. 2 more CCs in production here on the right-hand side. We know that basically, because herO isn't pushing, because he's making carriers, we can be greedy. But this is a late scout. Like, these command centers should have already been done, and these bases should have already been taken. We need them ASAP. It's possible that GuMiho may recognize that it may just be too late here to press our advantage when it comes to being aggressive. Here we go. We are moving out. Yeah, more CCs on the way. Storm drop once again towards the planetary. Only getting 2 SCVs. Quick reaction there out of GuMiho. Another prism is going to go down. Oh, more storms. Oh my god. Getting 4 more. 10 SCVs in total. Not bad. We get 10 SCVs. Archons are being thrown away. They got a really nice way of herO to clear up supply. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that we want to be throwing away these Archons. What is our army right now? It's quite fragile is what I will say. Very high tech from herO. Very reliant on these carriers is what I will say. We probably want to get rid of the Colossus. But if we don't have Colossus, if we get rid of the High Templar, where are the Disruptors? Like, we need some kind of splash damage, not something to deal with the ground army. We'll see. We'll see how herO does approach this. GuMiho is just walling up. He's just walling up. More turrets on the way. Slowly taking expansions. There it is. Storms being thrown down. Zoning away those Vikings. Oh my god. herO trading well. He will lose this army. Oh my god. Another storm of the Vikings. Immortals going ahead. We take down some of those ghosts. Another storm here on the Bio army as well. But herO, he will lose this. But I think he wanted to. Colossus goes down. Immortals as well. herO throwing away his robot army, replacing it with more Sky Toss. Now, when it comes to the ideal late game composition, carriers are important, Mothership is important, but we do need some support. Ideally, you do have High Templar, Archons, Disruptors. There it is. This is what I was really anxious about. Finally, Disruptors are on the way. We need some kind of splash damage to support this army, and Disruptors are typically the go-to. Now, Disruptors, they will zone away the ground army, but we need High Templar to zone away the Vikings. That's what I would say. We need those storms. There it is. Storm on the ghosts. Vikings are pushing forward. We have more storms around this big EMP. Oh my god. Massive EMP on the High Templar. The carriers are going down one after the other. A massive fight here for GuMiho. He shuts down the army, and now herO, he's in a lot of trouble. He just threw away his robot army. Now he loses his Sky Toss. Big storm on the Vikings. But herO has nothing left. Going for a big warping of Stalkers. Going for a ground toss transition. Vikings going to be landing. Novas, they do connect. Can herO survive? Looks like he will. He barely holds on. Vikings, they're battered, they're bruised, but they take down the last 2 carriers. Just in time. Again, herO just being a little bit too careless with his move out there. Like, I was okay with him losing the Colossus army, that's fine, but we immediately attacked with our carriers? Like, that was crazy. We hadn't recovered yet, we hadn't rebuilt. Now this is still up in the air. This is anyone's game. Again, we're out of Sky Toss, into Ground Toss, into Disruptors. 2 more robos on the way. We're going to get into quadruple robo production. Nova does go off. There it goes off, connects with the Bio. Very ambitious base here by herO. As it is being taken. Vikings will be landing. Let's go. The Waddle Buy. Getting into Liberator production. Okay, so now that there's no Sky Toss, Liberators are suddenly much more valuable here as we recall into the main. No shot. The Mothership comes in from the left-hand side, and we camp the production. We get into the main base, and Disruptors on top of a ramp. Oh my god, it's brutal. We cannot push up. Not into so many Disruptors. Nuke gets thrown down. The nuke is on the way. herO! Does he see? I don't think he does. But it's too late anyway. We camped the production, we shut down the army, and herO will take the series 3-0, out-positioning GuMiho and becoming this week's champion. GG. GG, well played. You can see GuMiho plummet in supply, and camping the Terran production is basically a checkmate move. It's a checkmate move. We see it all the time in Terran versus Zerg, where if a Zerg player gets a Nidus into the main base, then the lurkers just camp the production and that's game. Same thing here. We recall into the main, camp the production. What can we do? Especially with GuMiho on the other side of the map. And what's he going to go for a base trade against a wall of cannons and shield batteries? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Tried to go for a cheeky nuke there. Maybe we could have pulled it off, maybe, but the ghost was exposed, and regardless, GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here, as herO is going to be this week's champion. GG. Oh my god, a very intense last game is what I will say. Very intense last game. There were moments there for GuMiho, moments for herO, but alas, in the end, it did go the way of the Protoss. herO, he is, I would stand by, say, the best Protoss in the world right now. He proved that at Masters Coliseum, proved that at IM Katowice. He is a beast, and he is on fire. I can't wait to watch him. I can't wait to see him in GSL. herO, this season of GSL is going to be a big one, and a lot of eyes are going to be on herO. Likewise, shout out to GuMiho for making it to the finals. Did make a series out of it. Even though it was a 3-0, a lot of entertaining games, a lot of fun matches, a lot of fun back and forth, and even banter between the players as well. Loved that they were both social with each other. But with that, we're done. We are going to be done. We're going to be wrapping up here for the morning, for the night, and we're going to be back in a couple of hours. We will be back here in a couple of hours. In 4.5 hours time. That's not a lot of time. In 4.5 hours with ESL Open Cup Europe. ESL Open Cup Europa is going to be here, right here on this channel, in less than 5 hours. And stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. You know, take a break, get some snacks, get some water, come back in 5 hours for some more StarCraft. It's going to be amazing. It is going to be beautiful. So that's going to be our next broadcast, ESL Open Cup Europe. We won't be casting ESL Open Cup Americas live. I do have the replays of last week's ESL Americas, and we may cast that tomorrow. We'll see. We shall see, depending on how much time we have, depending on how available we are, just because our show matches are tomorrow as well. The Club and VX Ducklings show matches will be taking place tomorrow in just under 24 hours. In just under 24 hours time, we're going to be live here on the channel with the Duckling Showdown, with the Duckling X Club NV Showdown, of course. We're going to be featuring players like GuMiho, Nightmare, Bunny, and Creator. No Zerg players, only Protoss and Terran, so you can get your fix of TVP, TVT, and PvP as well. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. We'll see you guys in 5 hours for our next broadcast. We'll see you guys tomorrow if you aren't here in 5 hours. See you guys tomorrow in 24 hours for the Duckling Showdown. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Socials in the chat. Exclamation mark socials in the chat to get a link. To get a link to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. We have a Patreon as well. We do co-stream over on YouTube. We are live there at the moment. Our VODs are available on YouTube immediately under the live tab, so you can always check out that full VOD if you are interested. As we will be heading off for the time being. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. If you're here on Twitch, we're going to be raiding another StarCraft channel. I don't know who we're going to be raiding, but we'll find someone to send our love to. I see Sort of is streaming. Strange is streaming. We'll find someone. We'll find someone here. Don't you worry. As, we'll figure it out. So until then, hasta luego. Until then, take care, everyone. We'll see you guys next time. Ciao. Papi, ciao. Hasta luego.